So I think so. Everyone,
Sorry, that was
I believe everyone. So there's no guests or anything there, right? Sure.
no guess.
Just those. Okay, great. So we have minutes in here.
Oh,
I
I
think
did
so, right?
put the minutes in just because, yeah.
It's a special meeting. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I figured. Okay, all right. So we'll bypass that. No public comments. Any new business before we move on to old business?
No new business.
No. Okay, perfect. So then old business, economic development grant program. We have the Buford's application for the minor facade improvement. Sierra, why don't you just describe where that stands? And I know you had some other details.
Okay, so the applicant has completed their project. They have submitted their application and all of the required documents that we were looking for. The only things that we are waiting on is the close out of the signs permit with the building and zoning office. There is a final inspection that needs to be done with the contractors. So that is, I'm under the impression that that is being scheduled within the next weeks or so, but that should be happening relatively soon. And then we are just waiting on final confirmation from our finance department on whether or not there are any pending litigations against the business owner or property owner versus the city of Groton. Other than that, I think this has been great. The project was the replacement of their business sign and to actually fix the light component of the sign. In the packet, you'll see there's a before picture, a sketch of what it was going to look like. And then there are two after pictures. One so you can see during the day and the other one where it's kind of lit up so you can see it at night. I've included in the packet the estimate. We have receipt of payment from the applicant as well. Confirm that Buford Family Restaurant is an active business with the state of Connecticut. There is also within here a property card highlighting that. One thing I did want to highlight. So the owner of the property is Barking Pumpkin LLC. That is the Embry Nurser Ascot Shepherd's law office. That's just another business that they have off of them. So we have their information. We have their tax records. Both the business and the property owners are technically current on their taxes. They do both have tax bills, but they are not due until August 1st. And they don't really have a history of being negligent on that. So in my opinion, and in the tax office opinion, they are in good standing. They do not have, they are in good standing of their Groton utilities accounts. And they also, and for the building and zoning, they just have to close out that, in regards to us, they have to close out that permit. You wouldn't note in the email communications that there are a total of 3 outstanding permits, or not outstanding, but open permits for the facility, but just the sign permit is what we're focused on. I think that the other stuff can get wrapped. We don't need to tie up our thing for the other projects they're working on. And that's all I really had for that. I mean, this has been a kind of a smooth process. Margaret she talked with the property owners beforehand. They kind of paved the way of what this was going to be. The property owners are originally the group that reached out to me about this opportunity. So they were in, everyone has been for it. They've gotten through the process. And I guess now I'm just asking for a recommendation to move this to the council. And I do just want to have the contingencies for the final closeout of the permit sign. And then that's the confirmation of the litigation stuff from finance. But I think once we have that, we can just move this forward to council.
So can we move it pending those two things?
Yeah,
That motion?
Hmm?
Can you make a motion?
somebody does, yeah.
Motion to approve pending those two, pending that the permit gets finalized and that there's no litigations against the business owner or property owner or city.
Anyone?
Second.
Just one question, Sarah, before we continue. So do we have you said that this should all be done, so this should be able to go to the next, is it the next meeting of the next COW at least, and then it goes to the council?
We are trying to make it go before the next COW, but that's all going to be dependent on when they close out, when they have that final closeout of the permit. So I think they are Margaret, the property owner, she's aware, she knows the date, so she has reached out to the contractors and to the building and zoning office to try to get that expedited. But if not, we can always just bring it to either the next mayor and council or the August COW, but we are trying to shoot for this July COW.
Okay, I just know because getting the reimbursement quickly, I know was a big priority for her. So that's why I want to push it along. So I think anything we can do to try to help that process, I'm sure she would appreciate. And just to also confirm, I believe you mentioned this at the pedestrian meeting, but the funds for this grant, they were encumbered under the last fiscal year.
Yes, so Buford Family Restaurant, we are able to use the fiscal year 2023 funds.
Great.
Yeah.
Fiscal year ending.
That did not,
Yeah.
that was not applied to the other projects that were still pending or anything. So since this one was complete, we were able to do it. Were there any other questions in regards to the grant or any further discussion? I know we just kind of voted, but.
Yeah, I think we still just have to vote on it. We have a first motion and a second.
All right, so that is perfect. The only other two things I have on are, oh, I'm sorry.
So if there are no further questions, can we take a vote on the motion?
Oh, you made the motion.
I
Okay,
made the motion,
sorry.
she seconded.
Yeah, there's a motion and a second, and that was the discussion. So we can just take the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, any opposed? Abstentions? Assuming there's not in the room, so moved.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. All right.
I'll just jump the gun there.
No, that's okay. I think we all said it together.
So the
All
next
right,
thing
perfect.
on,
And so then moving on, ribbon cuttings. Yep. All right, go ahead, please.
so on, so actually Nishan was able to connect with Ally on the Thames, and she's interested in moving forward with ribbon cutting. So at some point in time, we'll be trying to figure out how we're going to coordinate that. On July 27th, the Eastern Chambers Commerce and the Greater Groton Chamber are having open houses. One is at Gigi at Home, which is a restaurant in Niantic, and then the other one is Plants by the Village plant shop that is in Mystic. I figured I just sent invitations out to both events are free, open to the public, but we can kind of just go see what that event looks like. We also have an opportunity to see how those entities program their their ribbon cutting ceremonies, because it's either something that we can organize or it could end up being something that we partner with the chambers to do. So it's just I thought it was a great way for us to kind of get a feel of what's going on. They are back to back. One's at 4 and the other one is at 5. And there is that about maybe like a 20-minute drive difference in between the two of them. I don't think it's like you have to be there on time kind of thing, but if you just want to, if you do both of them, great. If you do one over the other, that's fine. And then we can kind of just powwow about it at our August meeting of what we takeaways or anything like that. For that, there is no registration required for the Gigi at Home. Plants by the Thames, the Greater Groton at least would like you have to register for their site and just say that you're going. kind of thing, but I don't know how enforced that is really gonna be. But based on us trying to look at it online, that was that was the process. All right. And then the other thing on the list is just some of the funding opportunities that are going out and the updated flyers that go with it. So Sector Rise has a new grant program that of up to 20K for businesses. This is, I do believe they're looking for specific industries though. Is this the one, or am I confusing it?
They came and talked to us. We've heard about this one, right?
For Sector Rise, not yet, but I can have them come in and talk to us if,
It looks very familiar. It looks
Says minority, veteran, or women.
yeah, actually, I think this might just be for small businesses in general. I don't know why I thought that this might have had a industry, specific industries I was looking at, but
Or did they go to the town councils? I've heard.
they may
the
have gone to
criteria
the,
Looks very familiar.
they are trying to get the word out there more. I know, so RT is one of the staffs at Sector. He's more than willing to come and meet with us and talk about it further. We can pass this information along. For us, it's really easy, or for our businesses, it's really easy because their office is right here in the city of Groton. So this is definitely like, we at least should try to aim to get someone to take advantage, if it's appropriate for them, of this opportunity, since it's being offered right in our backyard.
Sierra, did you ever have a chance to connect with the Supreme hot dog owner?
Not yet, but he is on my list to get to for this week.
Yeah, because all these opportunities that you included, I think, would be right up his alley of what they need. I mean, to buy the trailer that Ledge Light is forcing upon them, I think, it seems like a potential candidate. He mentioned something about the sector program, I think, but I think mentioning these other ones to him would be really beneficial.
I will do.
They came and presented at one of the cities.
I know, I don't remember exactly which one it is, but I know they are trying to,
Yeah. Maybe it's not these guys, but the criteria is exactly the same.
was I presenting with them or was it separate?
I think we're separate. You were
Oh.
presenting on something else.
I don't remember. I'm sorry. Blur of a couple days. So as far as Women's Business Development Council, they are opening the 7th round of their equity match grant. This is geared towards women-owned businesses, so they can get grants anywhere between 2,500 to 10,000 for projects that help with any kind of growth plans or anything, growth or expansion plans for their businesses. So this is something that I told Margaret at Buford's that we'll get the our initial priority is to get the minor facade improvement grant done, but this is definitely something that I think she'll be able to benefit from as she moves forward with some of her plans, and we're going to talk that out a little bit more. But please feel free to share with more individuals that may be interested. And then the state of Connecticut still has this low interest loan that they are providing to small businesses. So it's a fixed rate of 4.5%. That is a lot lower than what you can get right now in the market. So they are trying to push this resource, and it goes towards working. It's a working capital loan. And any questions on those opportunities? And whether we have, if this commission is interested, we could have any of these organizations come back and either talk to us or have them present at a CAL meeting if we just kind of want it to be on our TV streams or public access or something.
And then let people know beforehand. If these are gonna be, they're gonna
Will
be
be.
presented so they can watch the streams. and
Okay.
advertise it.
I'll work with the clerk's office to make sure we can get this scheduled. Anything else? with that? Or anything, any news that you guys need to share or would like to share? Mhm. I told y'all this is gonna be sweet and easy. So our next regular meeting will be August 2nd. I will give you heads up, or I probably told you guys this already, but City Day is August 4th. We will have a tent out there. Our primary project that we'll be talking about with the community is the Bridge Street Gateway work. And yeah, and we have like a little cute giveaway thing that is going on.
Are they gonna expose the new logo?
So
The new brand?
we're trying to, we have some things ordered to see, but it's just a matter of whether or not we'll get here in time for City Day. But if it does, then we'll start to roll it out. If not, then it will start to get rolled out and more and other events. On a side note, I will say for the branding stuff, we have started to look at wayfinding signage. So some of this got triggered because the mayor signed down at the Bridge Street Gateway. It broke a couple months back. They ended up fixing it, but there was always this desire within a couple different departments to upgrade that sign. And so now that we have the new branding stuff, we're trying to figure out what does that look like. There was an opportunity, or there is an opportunity for the city to work with the town of Groton potentially on installing the wayfinding signage because they have a grant program that they're working with now. But as of now, they do not want to use our colors. They want to use their colors. So the council during the July Cal, I'll be presenting kind of where we're at with that with the council. Of just kind of what's going on and how we're trying to implement, how we're trying to roll this out and what some of those discussions look like and what that may mean for us moving forward. And leadership is still trying to figure out how they want to move forward with implementing certain things and how that collaboration works. But yeah, I was just thinking of recent examples of how it's going to get implemented. We are still trying to get the banners up on Bridge Street. We've just had a little hiccup with there are some parts we needed to get replaced of the fixtures itself, and that has been a little bit of a challenge to get those parts in. So, but that's still in progress and hopefully aiming to get that done this summer so that it can be
Spira, any updates on the Brew Run? I know we were trying to connect with, I think it was Bruce, and I'm not sure if that's gone anywhere. We're getting close to where we need to make some outreach, I think.
Yeah, so Bruce, I did reach out to Bruce. They were going to come to today's meeting, but there was a conflict. So they asked to come to our August meeting instead. So I had just moved that over to that agenda. So a Bruce and an Amy from the Greater Mystic Chambers will come and visit us. And then Dan Bogus from the Groton Utilities maybe at our August 2nd meeting to further discuss it. I don't know how much we're going to really accomplish in a very short time window because it's just a month away, but I think this at least will be a good discussion for plans for next year of plans for next year, how we want to do the Brew Run, but then also how can this commission and the work that we're doing possibly use the Greater Mystic Chambers to do additional outreach. So the ribbon cutting is one thing that is something we can handle in-house if we want to, but we could broaden our reach and get more involvement here. Yep.
Sounds
Does that
good.
answer? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it does. Anything else from anybody? No? Okay, so then,
Oh, Margaret has one question.
oh, sure.
Oh, Nishant, we all want to update. Is the baby here?
Yes, baby arrived on July 4th. So great day to have a birthday. Just in the nick of time. We were in the delivery room and my wife was in labor for almost 27 hours. And so as we were approaching midnight, I was starting to get very nervous, but she arrived at 11:30 p.m. So just in time. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yes, congrats.
Thank you. Yes, it was. It's very exciting, and now it's interesting being a newborn parent. 5 minutes before this meeting, I was still working out because that's the only time I had to actually work out. That's why I'm not there with you. But it's working. So we're getting a little bit of sleep here and there, but that's what they do at this point. They just eat and sleep.
You can sleep. All right. I hope you get some rest somewhere in there. I know it might be a couple days, a month before it happens, but
It's not much at a time, but we try to fit it in there.
awesome. Well, congratulations. Hopefully we can help you reclaim some of your time from this meeting. You can maybe
Yes, absolutely.
get some more of that workout in or something.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate you guys asking.
You're welcome. All right. Well, I guess if that's it, that's a wrap.
Second. Favor?
Aye.
Good
Awesome.
to go.
Meeting
All right, so
adjourned.
adjourned at 5:57. All right, thank you all.
Thank you all.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good one. And Nishant,
Bye.
I'll follow up with Jason and send you an email. So you know, and then kind of like a draft of what the next meeting's agenda looks like.
Sounds good. All right, appreciate it.
All right. Have a good evening.
You too. Bye.